Kick on!
I'm going all in!
And welcome to week 2 of marathon training. So this week's a little bit different. I am trying to freshen up for a half marathon time trial tomorrow. I did that big long run last week on the Saturday, took yesterday very easy, and I've just got back from half an hour easy shakeout. So it's basically like an emergency taper before a really hard effort tomorrow. I normally do a half marathon race in the lead up to a marathon. So this is my race, me against the clock, see what I've got. Did plan to do it on Thursday, but there's a storm coming and 40-mile-per-hour winds, and that'll just knock my confidence and I'll run poorly, and yeah, it won't tell me anything. Whereas tomorrow, the conditions look okay. So I'm gonna go all in, give it everything, and see what I can do for half marathon. PB is 68:48. Can't see me beating that on my own. I did that with an amazing field at Copenhagen half. I've run 69 a few times, so I'm going to try and get in and around there. I think sub 70 would be really, really solid on my own, and it would be a good indicator that I'm in great shape leading into Wrexham Marathon, which is 7 weeks away. So yeah, today is just very, very easy, low mileage, easy run, trying to freshen the legs up a little bit. It felt okay, not great, but we'll see how they feel tomorrow, and I'll just give it everything. Pretty much. One of the key things about doing a half marathon all out in your build up is to see what sort of shape you're in. And this would be a great indicator for me, and will help me decide what pace I'm going to go out in the marathon. Right now, the goal is 5:30 a mile, but I need to prove that I can do the equivalent for a half marathon, which would be about 69 minutes. So let's go out, let's do this. I'm going to warm up first, and then strip down and go all in. So it's Thursday morning and my legs still have Tuesday in them. So just 8-minute miling for 8 miles. About an hour of just easy running, 130 heart rate. And yeah, the legs feel pretty dead. But the plan for this week is just to tick off easy miles and hope my legs come back to me ready for next week. The only other, it's not even a session, but the only other type of session I've got this week is the long run, which is 2.5 hours, so a big time on feet. But other than that, it's just ticking along. So it's a pretty boring week as a vlog goes, but it's necessary. Trying to hold that volume on tired legs, and hopefully the easy intensity will bring some zip back in as the legs recover, and then next week we've got the big sessions. Yeah, so 8 miles done, time for a coffee. So this is pretty much my standard post-run breakfast after an easy run or a session really. Enhanced recovery drink with protein and omega-3, and then some probiotic yogurt with some oats and berries with a dash of honey, and then obviously a coffee. Slogging out another 8 miles at 8-minute mile pace. Legs are still heavy. Didn't do my second run yesterday on the treadmill, decided to leave it and hope that the legs would freshen up a bit. They haven't, but I will be patient and wait. Well, I say patient, I'm doing a long run tomorrow. Even if they are heavy, it's good to run on heavy legs in marathon training. So I'll just knock out the miles with Andy on the trails. It's nothing too tasty. It's long, 2.5 hours, but about 6:40 per mile, so over a minute per mile slower than my goal marathon pace. so it'll be aerobically fine. It'll just, the legs will hate me. Yeah, so there will be no more sessions. It'll just be a long run tomorrow, some more easy miles on Sunday, and then I just hope my legs come back to me because I've got a really big session on Tuesday. I will start Tuesday's session, whatever the case of my legs. They have to at least try running fast, but if it doesn't click early on, I might postpone the session to the Wednesday or even the Thursday, because it is a key session and I want to nail it. But I'm pretty confident that my legs will be all right. I expected them to respond like this after a half marathon all-in time trial, which is why I didn't plan any other sessions for the week and just easy miles. I was hoping to get a bit more volume in, but I'm all right. I'm not too fussed about it. The key this week is just recovering from that effort, but while still ticking along. And then the key next week is to build again with the intensity. It's Saturday slog on the trails with Andy. Oh, I'm not really feeling this. It's cold, it's wet, tired, but do I want to be ready in Wrexham? Do I want to run the best marathon I've ever run? Yes. So sometimes you just got to go through the motions, turn up. Really thankful that I'm doing this one with Andy this morning, because that's going to make it manageable. I would say a bit easier, but just manageable today. So it's been, from that high on Tuesday, it's been an absolute slog this week, but I am showing up and that counts a lot. I did another 8 miles on the treadmill last night, actually in the afternoon I did it. So that was 16 easy miles yesterday, and we're doing 20 today, and that'll take me to 70 miles for the week. And then if I get 10 on Mother's Day on Sunday, squeeze them in somewhere, that's 80 miles. That's solid enough. And then hopefully have a better week. Not a better week, this week's been good, but have a week where I can press on, get some more sessions done, bit more volume, bit more sessions next week. Sorry, I'm multitasking here. I'm putting my I'm wearing the Torrent 2s today. Is that what they're called? I think so, Hoka's. And that's that. Andy's waiting in the rain, so I better get going. So we are 4 miles in on the trails. This is the nice downhill bit, and Andy and I were just talking about this long run and how when we both smash our marathons, people will look back and look at the sessions and be like, oh, they nailed that session, that was the session, how did they do it? But today is an absolute grind. So it's going to be about 22 miles and both our legs are feeling sluggish. It won't be quick, but it's these runs that put it all together. It's these runs that make sure you can finish a marathon strong. And it's these runs that aren't glamorous, but you do need to have to tick that box. So we've been a little bit on the verge of negativity in the first few miles, to say the least. But we're gonna pull each other through this, and we're both gonna tick this box and have a really nice week as we continue our journeys towards the marathon. What do you say?
Are you pointing that thing at me?
Yeah.
That was beautiful motivation, well done. Negativity is not happening anymore after mile 4.
Get the negativity out early and then enjoy chatting and ticking off the miles in the beautiful Forest of Dean. It's so big that I have to go so far ahead to get you fully in shot. It's the long run!
Keep going, keep going. We need that beautiful poetry in motion form.
Let's chill on the uphill, he says, and then he flies off. The mountain goat. This is very, very steep uphill, and our plan is always to go up it slow, but Andy never does. what you're gonna do. For context, before that hill, my heart rate was 141. I've been dropped by Andy and it's now 160. So, there we go. It may sometimes appear that we just chat and enjoy a long run, but we've absolutely slogged at that, and we both just absolutely spent by the end. Crawling back, walking the last little bit, just destroyed, but a really, really solid run banked for both of us. Really good.
Don't point the camera at me. I'm done in. Absolutely done in. Slog is the right word.
It was a slog. Andy's bonked with like half a mile to go. He's throwing down an apple and some water. I'm drinking my recovery shake. It was just an absolute slog. But as I was saying to Andy, it's really difficult. You can't just go out and get that feeling. You've got to go 20 miles for those last, mile, 2 miles to feel like that. And then your body's like, I don't want that again, and recovers and comes back stronger. But you can't just set that up easily. You've got to go out there and put those big long runs in to get that training effect. So we've done that, and there'll be more of that to come. But yeah, hopefully the body to adapt and we'll come back stronger. And I've got no more words. I'm done. So I'm just sitting in the car before I drive home, feeling absolutely spent. I've just had 2 enhanced recovery protein drinks. You're only meant to have one, but I just feel like it was such an epic run that I just need to put as much back into my body as possible. I'm meant to do a few easy miles tomorrow, but I might take my first rest day. Is this week 2? First rest day of this block, we're in week 2. But I haven't had a rest day in months, I don't think. I can't think of any anyway. I'm just doing easy runs as rest days, as recovery, but I might just take a full rest day because I just feel a bit battered. That was really, really tough. This whole week since the half marathon's been a slog, but today was a hell of a slog. That 5 mile uphill drag with Andy pushing it down to 6:30 a mile, my legs just were screaming at me to not play. But it is these runs that make us stronger, and I'm just so glad Andy was there today, because it would have been, I just wouldn't have got it done, not to that level today without Andy's company. All right, better go and have breakfast.
Living for weekends, wishing I could take a break from this world.